Hey, welcome to Unpack Radio. I'm your host, Norris Pope Johnson. I got with me Tanisha. You know, she doing big things. Number one movie out there in the world right now.
It's a Batman movie, isn't it?
Yeah, Batman's number
I'm in
one,
it.
baby. I don't know what. Unfortunately, we don't know
It's
what
the
happened to.
Batman movie,
We don't
right?
know what happened to Moon. What's my man? Morbius. Yeah. But hey, Batman's
Did
number
you
one.
watch it?
Hell no, I'm good. I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for.
I know you
I'm waiting for
asked
the
me for
bootleg,
a
man.
review, right? I know you asked me for a review. My review
I'm,
was really good.
I'm sorry,
And then
Tanisha.
I went back 2 days later and I saw it with my son.
I'm sorry.
And I was like,
can't
was I
do it.
drunk?
I think you were drunk. I think you were drunk.
I was like, I had to have had a lot of drinks that first time because
I think
it
you were
really
drunk.
wasn't. When like the effects. This is not the Morbius interview, but the effects, like when he was transitioning from being a human to being like the vampire, and he's like swooshing all over the place, and he's like this like dust or whatever, and then his face changes. It just didn't look that good
I'm good.
when I saw it the second time.
I'm good.
Maybe the first
I
time
question
the
your friendship
excitement.
for a second. I question your friendship for a
I
second.
question that word she said. Fushin all over.
The swooshing, then he was like
Swoosh it. I guess you're trying to say.
That's what he's doing. Y'all ain't seen the movie Hush.
And we got my man Mike, the Power Man Bishop.
What's up?
And yeah, I question your friendship for a second, but you got a very special guest coming in. Who you got coming in here?
My good friend Wayne Andre Mundell. Wayne is like everything, right? Wayne's a personal trainer. He's a wellness and mindset coach. If you're in the Baltimore area, if you're following him online, then you know Wayne is just simply amazing. He's a massage business, right? All about total body health and wellness, especially total body health and wellness for entrepreneurs. Because when you are out hustling all day, sometimes you forget about yourself, right? You're just focusing on paying the bills, paying the bills, paying the bills. You kind of forget that you need relaxation, or you need to work out, or you need, some muscle work too. So that's what Wayne does. Wayne kind of focuses on us and helping us get ourselves together as a total body thing, as a total person thing.
What's up? Let's bring him up. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Unmute yourself, please.
What's happening? Yo.
We're
We
good.
are
How are you?
awesome. Now, how long have you been in this crazy world of fitness?
Oh man, I started all I got started in like 2002. Originally athletics. Um, so from there I started coaching, training athletes. I got inspired by one my mom. My mom with raising kids, with job, and one of the things of her with her mindset of us. So I went from being an athlete to like training, and that kind of come. I went from there, five, and opened up the training business, and then kind of like fast forward, like made my kind of transition me into like just helping people, entrepreneurs.
Wayne, that was probably all interesting, and we did not hear a word you said because I think your speaker phone is interfering with your volume. So all it was like a Charlie Brown Christmas over here. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, womp, womp.
All right, how do I fix that? How do I fix that?
Hold on. Say something, Wayne.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it actually sounds a lot better now.
There we go. There we go.
Thank you.
Now you can give me the spiel again. How did you get in the world of fitness?
All right. So I started out as an athlete. I was a high school athlete, all county, all metro. Went to go transition to college, got in a car accident right before I went to college. So kind of shortened my career. So I went right into like coaching athletes, high school football. Then I kind of like transitioned into training to pro athletes. I got introduced to a guy named Alonzo Ruffin. At the time, he was training Ray Lewis when Ray Lewis first came in the league. So I got the chance to work with a bunch of athletes. So for my first like 2 or 3 years, I was just training up my athletes and kids. But I got to a place where I wanted to help my mom. My mom was, single mom, 2 kids, working 2 jobs. So normally like what your health and wellness gets put to my back burner. So I decided, listen, I'm going to be the person that's going to inspire my mother. But with that being said, when you're young, you're in your 20s, your mother is not going to listen to you. So what I did was I said, I'm going to give that gift to the world. I ended up starting my original company was called Get Extreme Fitness. So I would just go out and just do free workouts for single moms, $7 a workout. And that kind of transitioned into something else. I went into Baltimore City Fire Department, became a firefighter, a paramedic. And then from there, I ended up leaving the department and opening up a training studio. So from there, I went to just training athletes, but just training single moms. And then through that, I met a lot of people that had the entrepreneurial spirit. So, I went through certifications, leadership development. So I've been, pretty much training for the last 23 years.
Okay. Now I have now it's echoing on out here. Lord Jesus. Technology, man. Goddamn zone, boy. I see why people like to do this shit in person. I've noticed in my fitness journey amongst, us black folks, let's be honest, it's a little bit more difficult for people to really start following us and listening to us, or want to take our advice, or it seems like they always want to drag us down. Have you experienced that in your fitness journey? Oh, it's real. Racism.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Hold on. I think it's interesting that he equated not listening to a fitness professional as something that has to do with race.
Yes.
Do you think people listen more to trainers that are Caucasian or trainers that are Asian or trainers that are?
Well, the reality of it is, I would say, just in my experience, it is a little harder, right? Because traditionally, just black people, I'm not just saying, we usually put ourselves on the back burner, bills, kids, all that stuff takes priority first. So having that conversation and then having a money conversation, hey, this is where you got to invest some money into this. You might not want to, you've been working all week, you want to chill, you want to hang out, you want to have a good time, you want to blow off some steam. So the last thing you want to do is go work, sweat your hair out, or get on, some people don't find that attractive. They'd rather, invest that money into something else. Not saying it's a bad thing. It's just that we traditionally have put other things before. So that's something that's just passed along. And just other different our lifestyle, the way we eat, the way we move around, is those habits are passed down. So having that conversation is a little bit more, it's a little harder.
Now, Tanisha, why don't you believe that racism in the fitness world exists?
So racism exists everywhere, right?
Yeah, it's real. But in the
Racism
fitness world,
definitely
it's real.
It's real. It's real.
In the fitness world, it gets deep.
Black people don't listen to you because you're black.
No, not black people.
No, not because I'm black. It's because just health and wellness is not. It's got to get almost to a state of emergency, or sometimes it's a seasonal thing. It's not something that's always talked about first.
That might be everything with us, though. I don't think that. Well, so I think that you and Norris are talking about two different things, because he was about to say something different than what you just said. What were you going to say, Norris?
I was going to say, especially when you're dealing with other cultures and other races, it's definitely 100% more real. But in our own space, I can see the issues. The issues is, one, we grow up with these poor diet plans, and we grow up with these poor diet plans even in our own schools. It continues along your adulthood. Because I remember at one point in my time, my favorite meal was some fried chicken wings and shrimp fried rice. That was the meal of choice for about 13 years. So you cannot do that for the remainder of your life and expect to be healthy. So it does, cause a little bit more issues on both ends of the fence. But on the international community, it's real.
Coming from someone that grew up eating chicken feet and pig particles.
Hey.
All right, like that's what we ate in my house as a child because my folks are from the South. I think it takes a bit of a learning curve to realize this isn't something that's healthy for you, whether you think it tastes good or not, right? It takes a bit of a learning curve to realize that these aren't foods that will actually support my growth as a person. So now I'm going to transition, or I'm going to try other stuff, and I'm going to transition to eating other stuff. It's not as simple as I don't want to listen to the Black people. It really is. I'm used to this. And now I have to transition. I have to have the money to do it. I have to have the mindset to do it. I have to have the time to do it, right? Transition is not easy.
Mike, you from the South.
There's
You know what I mean?
nothing-
How's your
nothing-
diet?
Nothing wrong with pig feet. I don't eat chitlins. But nothing wrong with pig feet.
Chitlins are delicious.
Hey, Wayne, you said a lot of things. You said a lot of things, and you did a lot of great things. But the only thing I want to know is, where'd you get that ensemble you wearing right now, sir?
The what?
Ensemble, that jacket, that blazer.
Oh man, this blazer. This is my banger right here. This is like I got. Where did I get this from? I actually got this from. I think I want to say North.
You don't say that. You supposed to say it's a one-off.
Listen, it was the only one there. You know, I haven't seen nobody with it. I haven't seen nobody with it nowhere. So,
Yeah. You
So before we get too deep into this interview, please tell us everything you do, because you do a lot of stuff, right? It's not as simple as I train people, or it's not as simple as I have some training clients. So what all do you do?
so what my like all my titles really give me access to people's mindset. So first off, I would say I'm more like a mindset or personal development coach. So out of that, there comes I do got certified as a masseuse in 2005. Got certified as a trainer in 2002. Because I was a Baltimore City firefighter and paramedic. So I'm an ALS provider. I wrote a book, or co-authored a book called The Black Father's Perspective. As a drop, if you want to grab that book, you want to hear the perspective of a couple of different fathers. Hit me up about that. I'll talk about that later. I'm also a network marketer. So Blink Network Marketing is a great business opportunity. I was able to grow to the top 5% inside of a health and nutrition organization. It was a tool. So I use these various tools to get access to people. Why? Because I want people to believe in myself. There was a time that, that I was struggling and I needed to lead. And I think that one of the greatest gifts, or one of the greatest things that you can do in this life is to inspire somebody to believe on a higher level, right? We all have a level of belief, but there's another level, and there's another level. So I believe that all my titles give me access to people's mindset.
Now, Brother Wayne, I must ask, man, are you running around like my man who making appointments all over the world doing those crazy massages? Or are you doing normal massages?
Listen, man, I'm doing normal massages. Listen, I'm about my bread. I don't mess with the meat where I make my bread. So I do regular massages.
Sadisha gave me a face, but you don't know
Wait
the
a
shit I've been
minute.
dealing with. It's this dude who literally massages women butterball naked. That's his thing. He naked, you naked. He give you a full body massage.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Birthday.
What's
That'll be your
his IG?
first and last massage.
I don't even want to play with myself like that. And it seems
Somebody gotta die.
and on the other side of that, right now, not saying that I'm not against it. I'm not knocking dudes for that's how they get their hustle. But it's hard for me to like do that and then hop up on stage or go speak somewhere and all right, it just doesn't. It just the energy is just a little different. Like what is he really doing? Is he a manipulator? What is So I just kind of like stayed away from it. Now I'll be honest. I've been approached. I've been thrown. I've been offered opportunities like that. I just didn't want to put myself in that position because I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I rather not put myself in the fire, right? So yeah, that I can't do that. It just I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I just couldn't. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Something else might slip in.
Listen. From what I see, that's like soft porn. You naked. You all like It's just I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it.
So I'm training from Wayne, and I have also gotten massages from Wayne. I've had stretch sessions with Wayne as well, and I know stretch is like, it seems to be like an emerging business. I have other like Facebook or social media friends that have stretch businesses. Can you tell us about the benefits of stretch?
So stretch therapy, you know what I mean? Like, one of the biggest things about stretch therapy is relaxation. Like, if we talk, just from a work life, with COVID, people lost mobility. A lot of that stress gets stored on a cellular level. So when you stretch your body, not only is it relaxing, but you're also releasing toxins, you're releasing stuff that's in your body. So it's almost like a low-key detox. You also release endorphins, and it just feels good. You know what I mean? Like when your back is stiff, your hamstrings is tight, sometimes you just need to get stretched out. So I started stretch therapy. It became more of a business because I would just give my clients when I originally started training, I would give my clients a good stretch, and they was like, look, I'd rather can I just pay for you to stretch me? So I like, all right, well, no problem. So it eliminated, some people are uncomfortable with taking their clothes off. Some people are with a traditional massage, and it's in and out, 20 minutes. So from me doing like good service, like on the training side, just add that little piece, just doing a little bit more, it turned into another stream of income. And then, now I see everybody doing stretching. So that's something that when I originally first started training, I would give people like a great stretch so they can tell somebody about their experience.
Now, on the training aspect, what forms of training do you offer? Because everybody on different levels. So are you just doing the basics? Are you doing every little bit of everything? Are you using some of your football skills to kind of convert to your training methods? So
most of my training style really falls back into my basics. So I do a lot of hit training, a lot of if you look at athletes, they got the bodies that we want. So typically, the average person wants to either lose weight or quote unquote, I hate the word used, tone up. That's not a word that I really use, but that's what people are familiar with. Tone up. So that style of training that I did with athletes on a lower level of intensity, that's something that I incorporate. So a lot of hit. Now, I have helped one or two athletes do a competition. That's not my lane. That's not my area of expertise. But I have helped a couple of athletes, a couple of females get ready for a bikini competition. So, but I generally focus on what the masses need. The masses need weight loss. If you look at the statistics, they say that 1 out of 3 people are considered quote unquote obese. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 10 is considered morbidly obese. So I generally offer body transformation programs. Now, I do have clients that come through and, I have some ladies that want to do glutes or they want to work on core, but the reality of it, the same style of training, I still hit them up with a HIIT style workout.
Okay, yeah, because technically I know I'm morbidly obese according to the scale.
Yeah, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? Like quote unquote, according to the statistics, I'm obese, you know what I mean? I should be 170. I'm 215. So,
Yeah, good fat boy problems. Fat boy problems.
So I think we started somewhere in there with about racism. I mean, you guys are talking about weight and height and where you guys should be. Mm-hmm. You guys don't think that those charts, those numbers are kind of based on a racist system? because according to those numbers, I'm morbidly obese. But according to black men,
God damn. Shorty thicker than a sticker.
I'm not sure those numbers accurately represent who we are. I totally understand a certain number because I definitely want to lose weight, right? It's my goal to lose weight. I want to be a little bit smaller and I want my waistline a little bit smaller. And I think that those charts for like BMI and height versus weight and really should be don't accurately represent black people. And since you guys are seriously in the fitness world, how do you guys feel about those charts?
Those numbers aren't based off of aesthetics, you know what I mean? So I think that traditionally, like when most people think about fitness, we really don't think of, we think of where we need to be healthy, but primarily we think about aesthetics. So those numbers are based off of, I mean, personally, there's no way I can walk around 170. This is be one like just too small for me. I need to be able to throw somebody around. Just I'm an older dude, but I need to be able to, like, if somebody grab me, I need to be able to get my ball from me. So but I definitely think that those numbers are based off of a European body.
I would say yes and no, because I remember at one point in time I was 250 the wrong way, and I had high blood pressure, borderline diabetes, and all the other problems that go along with.
So 250 is a big difference between being 220. What do you weigh right now?
243. The same, not too far away from where I was at, but look a
couple
lot.
pounds make a difference.
No, it was.
I just looked it up,
the wrong
and
way.
this says based on my height,
the right way are two different things.
I should be into 144. If I was 110, if I was 144 pounds, you guys wouldn't see me. I would be invisible.
You'll be a stick right now.
I wouldn't say race, but yeah, European, but
international.
Yeah, but when I was in the military, I was about 220, 225, and
how tall are you, Mike?
5'11".
Okay.
The standard was like 180, 170 something, and then I was probably in the teens of body fat. I was kind of cut up, and I always got taped. So it's definitely it depends on your body type. I got really wide shoulders, so my body's built different than a guy that's 5'11" and straight up and down.
If you're not familiar with military body standards, military PT test body standards, they test us based on not just your running or your push-ups or your sit-ups. They also based on weight, height, and body fat, right? So I'm consistently going to lose points on height, weight, body fat, even if I can do the sit-ups, even if I can do the run, even if I can do the pull-ups. Right? It doesn't matter that I can do everything you told me I need to be able to do. I'm still going to lose points based on my height, weight, and body fat. It just doesn't seem right.
That's again the numbers. People base a lot of how they feel and how they carry themselves based on the numbers. It's all about, are you healthy and your body type? Like, shoulders are wider than normal, your butt's bigger than Susie's. So it's going to be a difference. You can't base it on one standard along the board.
But the military bases on one standard, right?
One standard.
So we're talking about, since you brought up being in the military,
old guard, you can't even gain weight. The old guard, you have to be over 6 feet tall. Those are ceremonial guys at Fort Myer. You have to be over 6 feet tall. They get all your uniforms custom made, and you can't gain weight. So that's kind of screwed up, but yeah.
I used to always lose weight. I would lose points based on my size and height, but I'm okay with passing the test. I can run and shoot. I'm gonna hit the target. I'm gonna do the pull-up, push-up, and the sit-ups, but I'm still gonna lose points based on my height and weight. Makes no sense.
It's hard to lose that head weight.
All right, Will Smith.
Coming. I might have to get Jiggy in this joint.
To be honest, on the other side though, I like where I'm at now because I like the power. Like literally, like doing DT. The trains like, can you pick me?
DT.
Defense tactics.
Okay, we talked about that last episode.
On DT, like, can you pick me up? I was like, yes, I can pick you up. And he was my height, my weight, whatever. So yes, you have that power. So I would like where I'm at now. I want to be walk around and be able to have enough power to pick you up and body slam you, get you the hell up off me.
And it is a big difference. 243 than out of shape 243. It's a big difference. Big difference.
Big.
Can you be your height in 243 and be unhealthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 years ago. Same guy, just days.
So your height at 243 right now, you're healthy?
Technically, yes. All my blood work is excellent. But according to the experts, no.
I'm a little confused now because it's healthy and unhealthy is it simply based on what you can do at your height and weight? Because you can see women that are like 5'11", 300 pounds, and be like, oh yeah, I'm obese, but I'm healthy because all my blood work comes. I'm not high cholesterol. I don't have diabetes, but technically they're unhealthy.
How tall is she? How much she weighs? And she don't have high blood pressure and all that.
That's a miracle.
I hate to do this, but Lizzo, for example, doesn't Lizzo
Lizzo a long ass motherfucker, and her knees probably hurt right now. I love Lizzo.
My hip hurt right now.
I love Lizzo. I follow Lizzo. I comment on all her videos. I think she's an interesting person. But yes, she's a very unhealthy person. So don't come at me, Lizzo fans, because I love her. But at the end of the day, I love her so much. I want her to get her shit together and live. That's a little bit. Let's get your shit together, Lizzo. I mean, I'm running, and some of my friends who I love Dr. Miami ain't gonna say no names. To get a mommy makeover, ain't gonna say no names.
You're not talking about Tanisha because Tanisha would never go to Dr. Miami. Tanisha is in the surgery room for real, and she would never waste her money or time or energy at Dr. Miami. I go see Dr. Kordestani, MBA. Because I know what I'm doing.
Shout out to Dr. K.
Hey, Dr. K.
So, yes, I love my people enough to say, hopefully you get your shit together and stop running. But Lizzo.
Wait a minute. Since we're here, are women that decide that surgery is their weight loss or their body perfection choice, they're unhealthy and they need to get their shit together?
Yeah, you still need to get your shit together.
Mike, is it time to get your shit together? Or should you go see Dr. Miami or Dr.
You
K?
can do both. You can do both.
Yeah, you can do both. You can do both.
Why do I feel like the three of y'all are ganging up on me?
No, it's not a gang up. It's not a gang up thing. You gotta think about that's just like, all right, if I go put some rims in a paint job on my 76 Chevy, I got a nice paint job, but I still need to do something to the engine. I still need to do something to the carburetor. So like just because you snatch that body doesn't mean your heart, your blood pressure good, doesn't mean your blood work good, don't mean your knees is good. That's great from an aesthetic standpoint, but you still got visceral fat that's up against the boards. You can't suck that out. You got to work that out.
Like the way he put that. Any man that wear a blazer like that, put words together like that, boy. Yeah. I like the way he put that.
So for people that don't know, visceral fat is the fat that's in between your organs, right? So you have that layer of fat that's right beneath your skin. And then you have fat that's actually wrapped around, let's say, your heart, your lungs, your spleen, your liver, whatever. You have fat that's kind of, deeper internally. If you get plastic surgery, you get liposuction. Liposuction cannot remove visceral fat, that fat that's wrapped around your organs. Liposuction is only going to remove that surface fat, right? So maybe your tummy's flat, like mine, but you still are kind of heavy because you still have that fat around your organs that you actually have to work off, right? It's not going to go anywhere if you don't work it off. Right.
So you say you should combine the surgery with the actual.
Well, that's what Wayne said.
Yeah.
But I 100% agree. As a person that surgery minded, remember 2015 I had a mommy makeover. 2016 I had full torso lipo. 2020 I had full torso lipo, a bunch of other lipo here and there, a breast lift. I did it all. Butt lift, and then I just had another boob job. My third boob job? You get a boob job with a mommy makeover. As a person that spent tens of thousands of dollars investing in her body, I'll be the first to tell you that it's not as simple as going to see the doctor. I love Dr. K. Dr. K is going to make me look good. I have to go see Wayne or you or somebody else that's going to actually make me healthy or help me be healthy. That makes sense.
That's what I'm talking about.
And to maintain it, if you spend, tens of thousands of dollars, you know what I mean, you still, there's a lifestyle that comes along with it, because you can put on, I've had tons of clients that have gotten that body snatch, and then like 3 years later, they didn't change any lifestyle, so they gained 20, 30, 40 pounds. So at the end of the day, you're going to spend that kind of bread on yourself. You want to at least maintain, even if it's not about health, you want to at least maintain what you put in. You spend 10 grand, it'll cost you, a few hours a week to kind of maintain that body, because otherwise you don't change those habits. It's going to accumulate. It's going to catch up with you. The same habits that got your body all crazy is the same ones that you're going to repeat over time, 5, 6, 7 years down the line. That stuff adds up.
I think it's interesting that we're talking in this this surgery space, because most people don't really equate the two, right? And I know you have a lot of clients like me that are post-op clients or exercise, a post-op client, personal training or massage or stretch, or, you're in this space that we are. So if you're trying to talk, what would you tell us, right? What's the message of the day to the baddies? Post-surgery, pre-surgery, right? Pre-surgery, what is it that you want us to know?
Well, pre-surgery, basically, what's the outcome? All right, sometimes we think about, getting your body snatched as a destination. It's a continuous journey. So the reality is like, what can I do simple right now, so that way when I invest this money into my body, I can maintain it for the next 10 years. So like, you spread that 10 grand or whatever you spent over the course of 5 years. So I would say that snatching your body is not a destination, it's a journey, right? Unless, the alternative is to continue, like, do you want to spend 10 grand every 3 or 4 years? So
I do. No, I'm joking. I have no more money. Dr. K probably seeing me, actually. Dr. K probably like, oh my God, see shit guy.
Yeah, I'm not somebody that's against surgery. I'm not, because there's some things that you can do in surgery that, you possibly, just over the years, just working with a lot of women, there's some things that, like you got two muscles. You got your transverse abdominis, you got your rectus abdominis. When you have a baby, some muscles split. So there's no amount of crunches or no amount of, things that you're going to do, like from a training standpoint, that's actually going to reattach those muscles. Some of those muscles are going to have to get surgery to improve. But going into it, I would say if you want to get the most out of your surgery, you're going to start training like 2-3 months, right? So you get the habits, you build up the habits. So you get your body snatched, it's like you're not starting from scratch. You've already conditioned the mindset. You already created momentum. So like, what does that do? That makes sure you're healing 10 times better. That makes your recovery 10 times better. And it actually, when you develop some muscle, that makes your butt sit up higher. When you get your chest done, you do things heavy. Your shoulders, your posture's up. When you get your chest done, those shoulders start to round off. You don't do anything to strengthen that back. You got some nice breasts, but you got a broken back.
Tell them again, bro. Tell them again.
So the reality is like, I'm somebody that, I'm not ever going to tell a woman what she should or shouldn't do with her body. That's your choice, I would say, but don't think of it as, hey, once that's it. It ain't it. It's just the beginning of another journey, right? Because you still don't got the habits. You got to get the habits that's going to keep, right? Just like getting money. I can get some money today. If I don't got the habits to keep it, it's gone tomorrow. So you get the body today, You got to get the habits to keep.
So most of you just, inbox me and ask, and I tell you who did whatever for whatever I had done. But if you're wondering and you haven't asked, my post-surgery massages from Dr. K in 2020, December 2020, I had some arm lipo, full torso lipo, aggressive upper back lipo, a BBL, and a breast lift. Wayne took care of me post-surgery. So all of my massages, everything, the drains, everything, Wayne took care of me post-surgery in 2020. And then in 2021, when I had my boobs done for the third time, Wayne gave me my massages then too. So I know a lot of you have asked me, and he's now your massage therapist. If you decide to use him based on liking my body, I appreciate you too, because I look amazing. So
I worked with a few of Dr. K's clients, but
partnership. Right? It's a partnership between him, Dr. K, and me. So if you're looking for somebody to do post-surgery massages, I definitely recommend Wayne.
Tanisha,
I can do them too.
Hey, next time he got you.
Yeah.
Now, Tanisha, you had a question before we started a podcast about something. What was that question? Because I'm getting young.
Oh yes,
I'm getting young.
Okay. So you got all these medals on it. My bad, Wayne. Give us a minute. Got all these medals on the table. I was like, "What's that?
No, you gotta.
What did you win?
What
was you? What did you do?
Well, last time I specialized in one thing. That was the bench press. I have my little bench press medal. This year I stepped out there on faith and I did everything, and I got first place in everything I did. Me and my wife think they robbed me on my last deadlift, though. They kind of robbed me.
What do you mean? How did they rob you?
I thought it looked good. I posted on Facebook, and all my fitness brothers said it looked good, and the judges said it didn't look good, so they robbed me of my personal. I wanted to.
I already gave you 2 medals. How many did you want?
Hey, man,
racism.
It's all about the goals. You know what I mean? My wife noticed. I'm not gonna say it's a fact, but she did notice it was me there.
And you guys were the only 2 African Americans.
Of course, me. We surrounded by international people.
Let me take that back. I hate the term African American. We were the only 2 Black Americans.
We were only 2 Black Americans on our gate C, and my wife noticed that we never got all white lights. It would be like 2 white lights. Are like everybody wants 3 white lights. That's when you got everything perfect.
3 judges give you a white light.
Everything was perfect. Okay. But it seemed like when me and her got up there, it was 2. It was 2 out of 3. It was never all 3. It was always something. And my wife noticed that when it was up there, and they didn't look like me and that young lady, and they got all perfects. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say I would have, even though I got the 439, I wanted to off the ground, and I thought it looked good. It wasn't good. So next time you go back into the lab, you train harder, because I wanted that for myself. Because I started deadlifting in October.
What did you get?
This is bench press. This is for everything. Full body.
So even though you didn't get medal for
even the last one, as long as you get 2 out of the 3, you get 3 attempts. You get 2 out of the 3 attempts. But that third one, I wanted it bad. I wanted that bad, especially since I started deadlift like literally in October. I wanted that one bad. Goddamn judges. I think I sent Trump the video. Hopefully. Damn, man. This is crazy. I'm about to text you this one, Trump, because I think it's just an email. Tanisha, you gonna do one with me? You know what I mean? I need a partner. I want you to do powerlifting.
Get in there and powerlifting. Do some lifting, TJ.
What would I do that for?
You need a partner, man. You my best friend.
Look at me?
You my best friend.
I'm not doing that.
You my best friend. You got to ride or die, man. Die, Tanisha. Why would
you said die, Tanisha? That's what you said. Like, you really don't use life. You said die, Tanisha. Die, Tanisha. Why would I die?
You know you working out when you come
Yes.
here every time with your arms out.
Yeah.
Talking about this
I look
man right
amazing. I look amazing with my
I'm
overarms.
talking about this man right here. It could be 50 degrees outside. He's
Hey,
over here with
man.
sleeves and shirt on like,
Sun out Gunzo, man. Sun out Gunzo. Sun out Gunzo, man.
I be trying to show my Batman tattoos, so I just be like, let's represent.
I might get a Batman tattoo. Why not?
Should. Yeah.
I don't think so.
We're a clique.
Hey, why
Okay.
not? I'll get
Join
the
the
Bane.
clique.
I'll get the
Join
Bane
the
tattoo.
movement.
I'll get the
Okay.
Bane tattoo. I'm gonna find that video, send it to you, my man. Shango went on your boy Batman.
Shango Sims?
Yeah, he went
didn't.
On. He went on.
He ain't got the face of a person. On my hands. No, I'm joking. I'm so joking, Shango.
Yeah. Take your time. But Tanisha, what do you guys say about your own fitness journey? Because I know you do interesting things. You try to, you in and out the game. So what do you guys
That's
say
how my
about
fitness journey is gonna win.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's your guy, man. You gotta be honest with him. You gotta be honest with him so he can get you right.
So I think I look amazing. It's weird because I like how I look, right? I'm usually only worried about how fat my tummy is or how tiny my waist is. And I'm not really worried about much else with my body. I really love what Dr. K did behind. And if you followed me for a million years, I already had a whole behind. Dr. K just kind of shaped it into this cute little heart shape, and it's a nice butt. But I am okay with the way I look for the most part, but I still definitely want to lose some weight. And I think just watching other Instagram celebrities or influencers, like, oh, she said she was this weight, my current weight. So about 210, 205 is where I normally am. She said she was 205 and she went down to 185, and she looks great, she has the butt. So losing weight or kind of defining my body, it's kind of crazy when you're in my space because I don't want to do it, and then my boobs are saggy, and I don't want to do it, and then my like weird looking, and I don't want to do it, and then I'm just not. I don't look as good as I look now, even though I want to do it. So it's a crazy space, kind of deciding what's going to be best for my body because I don't want to do it, and then now I'm a brand new body type. That's not the body type I want, and I'm literally sitting around eating tacos and ho-hos and Twinkies and shit.
I did see your last TikTok, and I caught the thirst trap because you was right in the mirror, and all I saw was you talking and ass. That's it. It's ass and you, ass and you, ass and you.
Did you notice how flat my back was though?
Ass and you. I'm your best friend. All I saw was ass. I was like, she know what she doing. She trying to get that TikTok going. I don't know if next week we're gonna be taking like a realtor twerk video, but hey,
I would never.
You would never. Hey man, you gotta do anything.
Kitchen counter. On the kitchen counter. On the island, right in the doorway.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do for those likes. Now, Brother Wayne, I heard you say you wrote a book. Now, why was the book important, and what was the main topic of the book?
So the book is called The Black Father's Perspective. So I partnered with I think it was about 8 fathers. Some are married, some are divorced, some are single dads, and we kind of we wanted there's what do I want to say? There's this stigma, right, that Black fathers aren't present, right? And the reality of it is I know a lot of men. And I want to say about 70 to 80% of the guys that I know that are Black fathers, they're present in their children's life. Now, they might not have the best relationship with the mom. However, there's a presence. And so we came together with this publisher, and we put our stories in this book, and we wanted to tell America what our side is. And so if you want to get it directly from me, I sign it. They're also on Amazon. The book is called The Black Father's Perspective. It's a great read. And then reality is the most of the people that have bought the book from me have been moms, have been mothers, and just having a conversation of there's things that they don't women don't know that men deal with every day. At the end of the day, we're not really you don't get applause for what you're supposed to do. But the moment that you step out of line in any capacity, you're gonna be crucified. So we kind of like shared, what we go through mentally, some of the pluses, some of the minuses, and then how we have grown from the experience.
Like your dad, what do you have to add about that?
That sounds like a great book. It's a great topic. It's probably deeper than what we could talk about in this one show. Being a father, there was a lot of things that I personally let affect my relationship with my son.
Like what?
One, my youth, me not being in a space where I wanted a child.
How old were you when you had your son?
I was in my early 20s, mid 20s.
Okay.
I was running the street wild like a big alpha dog that I am. And then when you out there playing the field and you out there and you get with a woman and you got a baby mama, you got baby mama drama. I wasn't mature enough to handle that situation appropriately. And my son now is still building a relationship stronger than ever, better than ever. But it's just it's hard, and it's hard to be a man out here and you're not with the woman. She might have some bad things to say about you. Your new girl might have some bad things to say about her, and you're trying to make everybody happy. You're going back and forth. So it's definitely a delicate situation that you have to be man enough. I can say I'm alpha, but to be man enough in that situation, it's not about your pride or your ego. You just got to take care of your responsibilities.
Damn, that was deep.
Yeah.
So as a single woman, not a single mother, what do you think I'll take away from reading the book? What can I learn by reading the book, right? Because my kid's dad is ultra active, right? I have no complaints in the daddy department. So what do I take away as a single person, a single woman that has children from your book?
Well, even if it doesn't affect you personally on a personal level, you're going to come across a man in your lifetime that it has, their narrative is going to be one of those stories. Say, like wherever if you was a father and you're trying to get back in the game, you're trying to get it back, create a relationship with with the kid. Those situations as a father affect all the other areas of your life. Affects how you deal with other women. Sometimes it might even affect the type of woman that you even date. So reading that book, you kind of get an understanding of, a man's mindset, where he is, what his talents are, what his boundaries are. I heard you looking for a husband. So you might meet a guy that already got kids. So with that being said, it's like you understand from your point of view. You might have a great relationship with your your kid's father. He might not, right? He might not have that kind of relationship. So it gives you a level of understanding of where he's at. It gives you a place you can see from his point of view versus you only know what you know. So if you've only experienced this and you come into a situation that's not what your situation is like, it could be eye-opening. So reading the book will allow you to look at life from a different point of view. And so that at the end of the day, we all will understand it. We all will understand it creates connection. Connection creates, a bond. So, I think that from a woman's standpoint, if you really want to be able to connect with a guy, understand his mindset and other things like his experiences, you'll have a better relationship. It'll help all your relationships, whether in business, life, or personal, or business. So it's a great read.
So I just want to add that I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. Episode after episode. People that are familiar with me. I'm looking for a husband. Don't nobody else bring it up. I mean it.
Listen, a husband is a man, so it's like, okay.
My fucking mouth.
Y'all making me sound desperate. I'm tired.
It's not. Listen, you putting it out in the atmosphere. You know, at the end of the day, you know, people hear what you asking the universe for, you asking God for. So, like, God gonna send you some messages. It's up to you if you decide to listen to the message, or you feel like you could put up a wall and say, you know, that's not for me. You know, so you got to decide. You're putting it out there. Like if you weren't putting it out there, then nobody would say anything.
That's
So
what
you get.
You see that 1X right there?
I didn't get a third light. What you do wrong?
Hey, good question, Tanisha. I'm going to say it for all of us. And I have a bunch of international friends.
I can tell you why you got that.
What happened?
His ensemble.
That's a requirement.
That's why you got the X.
No, you gotta that's a requirement.
Came out there with your little balls and change out, and they was like, nah.
That's
He literally showed up looking like one of those.
Now you gotta wear that. You have to. That's a legal requirement.
It was a good look. It was a
That
perfect.
outfit was horrible.
Now you have to wear that.
It was a
You
perfect.
have to wear that red. It had to be that color.
I love red. That's my favorite color. What do you to wear?
That was
You're like an unknown X-Men.
that was a good look. That was a perfect look.
Well, it looked
You look
perfect
like
to me.
Jubilee.
But I think the problem was I showed up and I was black. Unfortunately. So hey, it is what it
I always
is.
show up as black.
Hey, don't show up and be black.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black.
I show up, I be black, and I'm a little hood, right? So I'm not just black, I'm a little ghetto as well.
I thought we were selling houses. So
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, people tend to accept me exactly as I am. It's very rare that somebody, like, I feel like a situation, at least real estate wise, is racist. And when I do, I'm like, you do know I'll smack you, right? And then it ends.
okay. Brother Wayne, where can they find you at?
Say that again. I hear what you say.
How do we find? We're looking for you on social media in the global world. How do we find you?
All right, you can find me on IG at I am next level. So that's my brand, IamNextLevel.com. You could also for massage and you can find me at the Therapeutic Encounter. And on Facebook, you can find me at Wayne Andre Mundell. I'm also my business page is the Next Level Wellness Group.
Thank you so much for joining us. The interview was great. It was super informative. I think there's going to be a lot of takeaways for people that are in and are not in the fitness world, right? People that are interested in surgery and not interested in surgery. People that are fathers and not fathers, right? There was a lot of takeaways from the interview. So I really appreciate you joining us.
Hey, listen, I appreciate y'all having me. Y'all have an amazing night.
Tanisha, what find you at?
I mean, we are on note. Instagram is at DMV, so DC, Maryland, Virginia, DMV Property D. But if you're looking for just me, if you're looking for the brokerage, it's at Real Urban Realty. Or if you're looking for my fleet brokerage, you know, because I'm working on my fleet broker license, it's at Real Urban Logistics. So, you know, I have a bunch of places.
Mike, where can they find you at?
They can find me trying to help them girls get rid of that visceral fat we were talking about.
Bye, Mike.
Oh Lord, you can find us on Unpack Radio everywhere, and we will see you on April 22nd, where it looks like we're going to be unpacking our own issues. So we're
What
going
you
to
talking about? What you talking about, Willie?
It's time, baby. It's
Time
time
to
to
what?
bring in a professional. I mean, we're going to unpack our own
We're having
issues.
2 hours of our own issues.
We're going to do 1 hour. I think 2 hours too long. 2 hours too long. 2 hours too long. We
Y'all
might.
pray because it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, it's gonna get real in here. So hopefully we have DJ Smoke back. If we don't, well, we'll work it out. Hey man, he went through some things. So
I don't want to cry on the camera.
hey man, that would be a bonus right there if you cry on the camera. Why not, man? Why not? So we're going to unpack our own issues on April 22nd. Bring your own tissue. Bring your own therapist. We're going to get to the real issues of why we are who we are. See you next time on Unpack Radio. We lost Batman, but we'll find her again. Salute.